we go. We are live.
We're on here on Northwest Digital News. Kevin Hunter with Chris Bornstead and Kyle Torgerson, and you guys are coming to you live from Lexi's over in Lexington. And we have some terrific keto pizzas out in front of us. And yeah, so we had Bridget, who was cooking pizzas for us this morning. We had her surprise us with a couple of things on the menu. So when she comes back, we're going to share with you specifically what we have out in front of you. But here's the thing. One of the because I've been here before and tried the keto pizzas that they've had before and really enjoyed the food they had. And she mentioned they can really do any pizza on the menu can be made in the keto. What are you doing here, Chris? He's just savoring the moment.
I didn't eat for like 12 hours just so that we could enjoy this keto pizza.
How is it?
Really good.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got? You got a pepperoni with some pineapple on the top of it.
Yes, pineapple does belong on pizza.
I'm going to have to agree with this.
Thank you.
Oh.
And that's right. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it should be.
It's so perfect with this. It just balances it out.
I mean, the crust is, you guys, it's made out of, it's completely cheese. Like if you were going to take a bunch of shredded cheese at home and put it in a pan and then burn it. Basically, that is what you do here for the crust.
Makes a very nice, kind of like a, as some people describe it, kind of like a cracker crust. Like it's a nice crunchy crust, isn't it? So what we have in front of us today is the pepperoni with some pineapple on the top of it. And I want to mention this because there's a lot of people out there attempting to do keto these days, and people would say, well, if you put any pineapple or any kind of fruits or anything like that involved, because essentially a keto diet is like 0 carbs. You guys, we've been doing keto a long time, and I've never eliminated pineapple out of my diet. And one of the reasons why you might ask, well, then how could you eat pineapple and still be eating a keto diet? You have to understand, and do a little research on this, you have to understand that a carb is not a carb is not a carb. One of the things that fruit has is fructose. So, and the more fructose that fruit has, the more fitting it actually is to a keto diet. And so you have to understand what kind of carbs actually trigger a insulin response. So that's the important thing when it comes to carbs. And you'll find that the higher the quality of the carb is, meaning fruits and vegetables, the more they fit into a keto diet. So just wanted to share that with you. And by the way, pineapple is also full of enzymes which help your proteins and your fats digest.
This would be like if you ordered somewhere, I would call it like a sweet and spicy pepperoni keto pizza. Very good. When I eat regular pizza, I usually always end up with a little bit of crust left over. Where here, you're not going to have anything left over because it's really good.
If you like cheese on the top of your pizza, imagine cheese on the bottom of your pizza. Yeah, you're pretty much not going to leave anything on the plate. That's what's going to happen. So Kyle, your thoughts on the pizza?
Well, I've been silent the entire time. I don't know if that speaks for itself.
Silence is an answer too.
Silence is a great answer, yeah. I haven't tried the other pizza. I've only tried the pepperoni with the Hawaiian. Just because I'm digging it so much, it really does balance the pineapple. Really does balance the spiciness from the pepperoni. And they just topped it with pepperoni. So if you're a pepperoni lover, they got enough for days. Yeah, the crust as well. Usually when I eat crust like this, usually it's harder than it takes a lot. You might need a chisel to cut it in half or take a bite. No, it's the perfect amount of chewy. It's satisfyingly chewy. It's I'm in love. I would definitely eat this again.
It's like a cheese cracker, kind of, with all the other normal pizza ingredients on top of it.
Well, Kevin, as soon as we found out that they did keto pizzas out here,
I think you were here the next day, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, Kyle, Kilburn, Koontz, and myself came out here, and we tried a couple of the keto pizzas. You know, to do some research, you gotta do important research on this type of stuff, Kevin. Make sure you get it right. And I'm telling you, they did pretty good here. Now, Kyle's actually bit into this. This is, I think, they call the super chicken pizza, and this has supposed to have some Alfredo sauce on it. Looks like it has some artichoke, some red onions, tomatoes, and I think she said it had an Alfredo sauce on it as well. So this is, I'm going to take a bite right now, Kevin. I'll let you know how I feel.
You'll let me know how you feel about it.
You ate with this one. So what did you think of this one?
It's fantastic. Love it. You know, chicken is actually good on pizza anyway. It is one of the, what people talk about, one of the leaner proteins. I don't really care about that per se, as far as a protein being leaner, because I'm not really shooting for lean foods to begin with.
Right. With keto, you want some of that fat, and so you definitely want to keep that in there.
Wanted to mention to people who are maybe interested in doing more things with keto in their diet, because you've noticed some huge health benefits from it. I've been doing keto now for, I don't know, it's been a few years that my wife and I have been doing keto, and the biggest things that I would say to you guys is that if you're thinking about doing this, is just taking some baby steps, because it's kind of funny. Somebody was mentioning to me here recently that they were converting to keto, and they talked about all the different mistakes and things like that they were making, and my advice to you would be, don't worry about that. Just as you learn the food makeup and you learn the diet, just keep improving on it all the time. We probably, I would say that in our household, my wife and I, we probably took a year and a half before we came to a point where we'd say our diet was pretty rock solid. So don't worry about it, and just keep moving away from the carbs and more towards the good healthy fats. And you know, one of the great fats that you can add into your diet, unrefined coconut oil. A teaspoon of it should be in your morning coffee if you like to drink a hot drink like that. Really supports your ketosis. Full of MCTs, which are medium chain triglycerides. So a little bit of unrefined coconut oil, a great fat to put into your diet, and will help you move away from your carbs. The other thing that I'd say is just steadily increase your physical activity too. You know, get out and so as you're morphing your diet, you'll find that not only will your food choices become better, but the more active that you become. So just find a reason to go out, take a walk, do things like that. People think about increasing physical activity, and they think right away that, you know, do I got to go join the gym, or do I got to do whatever? And it's like, no, if you aren't walking at all, just make a point of walking down the end of your block and back. And that becomes an easy task. Well, then walk 2 blocks and back, and then walk 4 blocks and back, and, you know, do stuff like that. Now, you had somebody ask you the other day, Kyle, about intermittent fasting, because that is actually something that you used to do in conjunction with a keto diet. Talk about that a little bit.
I also want to talk about, you know, one misconception is when people think about losing weight, you know, they immediately think, oh, I got to work out. It starts here. It starts here. It starts with nutrition and what you eat. If you want to lose weight, that's nutrition. Icing on the cake is literally working out. Plus, it makes you feel better. Endorphins, just great. I do intermittent fasting. Kevin does intermittent fasting. I'm not quite sure if Chris does.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he does. That's what we talked about, the 12 hours.
You stop eating at 8 o'clock, and then I go the next day until I get hungry. So like yesterday, it was 1 o'clock. Today, you know, I knew I was not, but I knew we were going to be doing this keto pizza thing. So when you're doing keto, because of the fat, you fill up really fast. So there, you think you're going to eat a lot, but you just don't.
Now, good
fat satiates you.
Yeah. Now, good format, the standard format that a lot of people think of when we do intermittent fasting. The goal is a 16-8. So what that means is 16, you don't eat for 16 hours of the day, but you eat for 8 hours a day. Now, just to show you what that looks like, you don't eat till noon, and then from noon to 8 p.m., that's the time you eat all your food. You don't stop, like you don't just cut off breakfast. You eat the same amount of food, but between noon and 8. Now with keto food, what Chris was saying, the fats really fill you up, so good luck trying to eat a lot of food all at once.
Yeah.
So, and once it hits 8 o'clock, which is usually the time where you should unwind and not eat to get some good night's sleep.
I have a serious complaint about this because Kevin Hunter, he told me, have one free day where you pretty much want to eat whatever you want, right? Mm-hmm. Well, after 6 days of doing the keto thing, by Sunday, and you're ready to get down to business and get out to Heartsease or somewhere else like that.
And just really pig out.
Well, yeah, you can't. You can't. You just get your stomach.
You don't have the appetite for it, do you?
Anymore, and things taste differently. I mean, after you get over the keto flu, you guys, there's the things such as the keto flu, and that happens to just about everybody that does this diet. You just have a couple of days where you just.
I remember you mentioning that in the early part. You're like, man, I feel sick.
Well, see, this is my second attempt at it. And remember, I tried last year. Our whole household tried to do this, and everybody was doing good. And then we ran into a bunch of medical issues to where we were driving back and forth to Portland for
that makes
3.5 months.
Not related to the keto diet. Not related to keto.
So I wasn't able to keep up with the keto diet because I was having to go to the hospital in Portland so much. Mm-hmm. And so I gained a lot of my weight back. But I've been doing it for a couple of weeks now, or a couple months. I can't remember how long I've been doing it. Basically since the end of January. And
2 months.
I'm right around 33 pounds lighter since when I started. So, you
fabulous.
Another thing you got to do, you guys, is, some people drink soda. You got to cut that out. Some people drink diet soda. That's got to go too. That's just not good. If you talk to any nutritionist, they'll tell you to drink anything other than diet soda. That actually will hurt you more than the regular soda. So
drink a regular pop before you drink a diet pop.
Right. Go with
this is iced tea that we have on the table today.
No sugar in it. Water's a big, favorite. Under the keto diet, you're supposed to drink maybe a gallon of water a day, or you try to drink at least a gallon of water a day. Mm-hmm. And so in the beginning stages, you're going to go to the bathroom a lot too, which is, it's one of those things.
Now, I do have some tips for the keto diet, and like what Chris was saying, to drink a lot of water. One thing that people talk about is that their breath just smells horrible when they start the keto diet, and that's just because they're not drinking enough water to flush all the stuff out. They just need to drink water. Breath mints as well. It's always handy. But a major tip for the keto diet, with carbs and the way people are eating right now, it's so easy just to go to the pantry and be like, oh yeah, this is so easy, just pick up a cracker. Now you're eating crackers, right? Straight carbs, processed carbs. Yep. You can't really go to the kitchen and be like, you know what, I want something instant, like chicken, right? You have to cook chicken, you have to go through a process to do it. So pick like a day, like a Sunday or a Saturday, maybe even a Monday. Pick a day where you, maybe your family, maybe your loved ones can sit down, meal prep. That is literally the key. In my family, one day we just cook nothing but boiled eggs, and with boiled eggs, you can do so much with eggs. Mm-hmm. It is crazy what you can do. Boiled eggs, so I was like, okay, I'm hungry, I want a snack. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh, I can just pick up this boiled egg. That's keto friendly. There's so many things you can do, but meal prep is literally.
Yeah, we spent all day Saturday making snacks for this week. We made a lot of low carb cream cheese roll up things, which is something that we're going to do some of these things on the show.
So here's the thing, you guys, because a lot of people don't cook, right? Or they're not very good at cooking, and I recommend that you really improve on your skills when it comes to cooking. But hey, if you want to get introduced to the keto lifestyle and the keto kinds of foods, you'll find out that, first of all, eating good food is actually more delicious than things you've ever had before. Like keto foods to me are so amazingly full of flavor and so delicious. So here's how you can start this out. Come on over to Lexi's Pizza. Enjoy some of these keto pizzas. They got tons of them. And really any of the pizzas that are on the menu, you can ask for it to be done in a keto fashion. And they can turn anything on the menu into a keto pizza for you. So Hey, we have. All right, Bridget just showed.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a phone call.
Yeah,
Okay.
because this is a special pizza, and so she's going to tell us about this one. Now, I don't think this one's keto.
This is one of the bread crust pizzas. It looks like.
So this is not going to be. It's going to be one piece of. I think we could get away.
So this is regular standard pizza, but this is. You can see the. Chris is going for it. Yeah. So here's the. Here's the keto, and you can see the cheese crust that this is on. And here's the bread crust that, of course, a lot of people eat. But this pizza, by the way, I can tell you for a fact, this pizza can be done in keto as well, because this is actually the pizza that I had the first time on a keto crust here.
Ooh.
So, pretty awesome.
So.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll come back and she'll tell us about that pizza here in a minute. I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you this too, you guys. She brought these things out, and this one came right out of the oven, and it was super good, because I like pepperoni and pineapple.
Yeah.
This one here she brought out before this one, and I have noticed that the longer it sits here, the better it tastes.
Yeah.
It's giving the flavors a chance to blend together. So when you order this one, let it sit on the table for about 5 or 6 minutes before you dive into it. Or if you can't wait, I don't blame you.
On that note, Chris, maybe you should slide us some more of that pizza.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm going to break the keto today because keto. I try to keep myself at 60 carbs a day. I'm pretty sure that one piece of pizza is not going to.
That might pop you over the top. All right, so you want to try this. So
only because she said I think she said it's a really super popular pizza, and we want people to know that they have other good pizzas out here other than keto. So this is one of those things where everybody can come out and get some pizza, and even the people that are on a kind of a diet. This one here is everything on it. So I think she said everything.
Closer to the microphone. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, come over here on the other side for us, if you would, please.
And tell us about this pizza. This isn't keto, right?
Nope.
So Kyle, you have her mic on?
Yes, I do.
All right, so we got Bridget over here from Lexi's. And tell us about this pizza right here. So what's everybody looking at here?
So that's one of our most popular pizzas. It's the Old World. It's kind of a meat eater meets the vegetarian with pineapple.
Okay.
It's delicious, and that's our house-made crust. It's a little bit thicker on the outside, and we do a little garlic butter.
And this you do in keto as well, correct?
Yep, we can do anything in keto. We just offer the medium size unless I'm doing like a catering or a private party, and you let me know ahead of time. I can do any size that you want, so the 9-inch or the 16-inch as well, if you let me know ahead of time.
So share with everybody which pizza on the menu is this one here.
So I did just a basic pepperoni, and then the other half of that is a mom's pick, and the mom's pick's just pepperoni with pineapple, and we put the pineapple on at the end so it's not cooked, it's a cold. So it's kind of sweet and spicy and delicious. It's another pretty popular pizza.
Okay,
very good.
So that was excellent. And this pizza here?
So that is the super chicken. It's one of my favorites. We do that's also on the keto crust. We do an Alfredo sauce, so it's a cheese sauce, and then there's some sun-dried tomatoes on top of the Alfredo, and then we do cheese, red onion, chicken, and an artichoke, and then top it with fresh tomato.
Ah, that's fantastic.
It's delicious.
Yes. All right. Well, excellent. Hey, share because you run the restaurant here, right?
I do, for
Okay.
the most part. My mom helps too, Kelly. She's here quite often as well, but I'm here just about every
so
day.
it's family-owned business,
Yes,
right?
yep.
And how long have you had it in the family? It's what, maybe a year or so?
Yeah, it was a year on March 9th, and it's my dad, Troy. He takes care of like the behind-the-scenes stuff, all the numbers, the banking, the licenses, all the contracts. So that's super helpful. And me and my mom, Kelly, we're here almost every day. She does a lot of things to help out, and then my husband as well. He works full-time at WANA, but he's here in the kitchen to help out on his days off. So
My wife works at WANA.
yeah, so it's definitely hands-on, family-run, and we still all get along very well. So we're happy about that.
That's excellent. Well, everything here was absolutely delicious, and
Good. I'm glad you guys liked
totally
it.
recommend to our viewers, come on out to Lexi's Pizza. You have to try the stuff that they have on the menu.
Yeah.
Did you guys do any menu changes when you took over the restaurant?
We took away a couple of the pizzas that were not ordered very often ever and required special expensive things. So we took a couple off and we added a couple, like we added the Call a Cab, which is a chicken bacon artichoke ranch, and the Mrs. Barlow, which is some of our really great customers that have done things, built things for the restaurant for us, and that's just sausage, red onion, pineapple, and pepperoni. And we upgraded our wings, so our wings have been a huge hit too. We have some really good chicken wings that are flying off the shelf.
Those would be keto too, as long as they aren't breaded. Are they breaded?
Breaded.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's
But they're so good.
Dude, I'm a wing fan too. But so this weekend is St. Patrick's Day, and tell me what you guys got going on out here.
So we have music on Friday. It's a couple of guys, Mitch and Vinny. They did our St. Patrick's Day party last year, and they just rocked the house. I think we were open till midnight.
Are they
did
doing
such a good job.
Irish music or just
kind of like a folksy, not necessarily Irish, but very folksy, fun kind of jams.
Okay.
And they do a great job. And so we'll have them on Friday, and then we're going to have a photo booth from Snap Photo Booth, which is run by my friend Lachelle, here on Saturday to do St. Patrick's Day photo booth fun. And we'll have drink and food specials all weekend. So.
Now, I asked you
Day.
earlier this, and I'll ask you again. Are you going to have a little corned beef and cabbage pizza?
I'm talking to my kitchen manager, Bill, about that today. I don't know if that's something we're going to make happen or not. We've kicked it around. So.
Has anybody ever done that before? I mean, I was just throwing that out there earlier, just being silly, but I mean, then you said you guys were really talking about it.
Yeah,
so I'd like
I'm sure it's been done. I just don't know that we've done it. But I'm not opposed to it.
You guys, and also, now that you've brought this one out, I'm really glad that you did, because this right here, if you guys aren't on the keto diet and you want a really good pizza, this crust is super. The whole pizza is just fantastic. It's you know, we've reviewed a couple other pizza places in town, and I'm telling you right now, you've got them
top
beat.
shelf.
You've got them beat hands down.
Oh,
so.
Thanks, you guys. Yeah, we have a lot of customers that tell us, you know, I don't usually eat the crust, but this is amazing. And we have a little secret butter recipe that we put on there at the end too to make it extra kind of garlicky
It's really good,
and
you
sweet.
guys.
Butter makes everything better.
I know, right?
Yes, it does. All right, well, thanks for joining us, Bridget,
Yeah, of
and
course,
thanks for
you
having
guys.
us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for all the
Fantastic.
kind words.
Yeah, great food. All right, you guys, I have noticed my two little charges, 2-year-old and 4-year-old, have showed up here today too. So we are going to have to run here on the broadcast, but thanks for joining us here. Special thanks to Lexi's for having us here to try out all these amazing pizzas that they got. Encourage you to get over to Lexi's Pizza, and if you'd like to order some for yourself, because you can also call and have it or pick up takeout. It's 360-575-1960. That's the number for the restaurant here. 360-575-1960. You can also go to lexispizza.com. That's their website. And check out all the great things they got on the menu.
One more pro tip for those folks that are not on the keto diet.
Yep.
If you're going to come out here and order a pizza, you have to try the Big Fat Greek Pizza. That is probably one of their best pizzas. It's got feta cheese on it and spinach. It is just a wonderful,
It's a great
pizza. And if you got it with this crust that she brought out here, we've never gotten ours with this crust before. We didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
But you know, if we ever do pizza night, you know, where we're gonna just do regular pizza, it's gonna be that crust, and it'll be from here at Lexi's.
All right, thanks everybody who joined us here on the broadcast. Kevin Hunter with Chris Bornstead and Kyle Torgerson on Northwest Digital News. Thanks for joining us.
This concludes today's live programming on Northwest Digital News. Thanks for joining us for this special broadcast. Heard around the world in more than 70 countries on YouTube, Instagram, Patreon, Facebook, and Twitch TV. If you enjoyed a story or guest we had here on Northwest Digital News and would like to strut your stuff on the broadcast, email us today at wainfo2017@gmail.com or call or text to 360-545-3501. We're always interested in unique stories, topics, and guests to share with our worldwide audience. Before you go, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and comment on the live stream. And for those of you who'd like to financially support the broadcast, you can do so at patreon.com/Northwest Digital News. We thank you for your patronage. On behalf of Chris Bornstead, Kyle Torgerson, Hunter, and all the people that made this broadcast possible, I'm Kevin Hunter. Till next time, take care.